Hello, our most devoted student. My name is Confident, and in this section, I just wanted to bring some of the challenges that usually troubled me when it comes to mathematics, and these common errors are so common. That's why I call it common errors, that it might actually give you some big challenges in your journey towards the mathematics. So look at these questions that I'm bringing here, and within these questions, I'm trying to bring some of the things you must be aware or to avoid with, especially when it comes to algebra, because the mind sometimes can play tricks on you. It used to play so much tricks on me, especially in this area, and every time it will always trick me. So let's check how you can try to avoid some of these problems in future. So let's look at the first one here. It says y plus y. The mind will tell you that it is y squared, but this is not correct, guys. This is wrong. All right, so what are you supposed to have? So if I'm saying here, let me just have it here. If you're saying y plus y, this is same as thinking of, if I say to you, we have got one yellow car. Let's say y stands for yellow car, plus one yellow car. I think that. So what are you gonna say? One yellow car plus one yellow car. Are you going to say it's two yellow cars squared? You see, that doesn't make sense. It's two yellow. I mean, you can't say it's yellow car squared like y squared. Yellow car squared. It's actually what? It's two yellow cars. So if you're going to say two yellow cars, same thing with the whole concept here. If I say y plus y, what you have to do is 1y, put a 1 before, plus 1y, and then you add 1 plus 1, which is 2y. Do you see that? So it's same thing. If I say 2x plus 2x, it's like I'm saying, think of x as frogs. If I say 2 frogs plus 2 frogs, you can't say 4 frogs squared. You see, that is wrong. So 2x plus 2x, what you do, you add this number 2 plus 2 here, and then you just retain the x. So what is 2 plus 2? It's 4. 4 of what? 4 of these x. So it's just 4x. Don't be tempted to put that square. It does not make sense. Are you with me? It doesn't matter. Whatever they bring to you, whether it's a plus a, you see, even if they change the letters, the concept is the same. Don't forget there is a 1, there is a 1. It's 2 of what? 2 of these, 2 of a. Are you with me? If I say x plus x is equal to what? 2 of what? 2 of this x, not x squared. So don't forget that. All right, so that is the first error that is common. Number 2, what error is it? If they say x squared plus x squared, it's not. That's not correct. That's not correct, remember. So this is wrong. So if I say to you x squared plus x squared, now let me take you first to the first one. Remember, I said should they give you x plus x, what do you call it? X plus x, we say it is 1 and 1, which is 2 of what? 2 of these, 2 of x. The concept also is the same. If I give you x squared plus x squared, you put a 1, you put a 1, so it's 2 of what? 2 of these, which is 2x squared. Do you see that the concept is maintained? So if I say to you 2x squared plus 2x squared, so what you do, you take 2 plus 2, what do you get? You get 4. 4 of what? 4 of these, which is 4x squared. I hope it's making sense in that light. All right, so just remember, with addition, you just retain that particular, whether it's an x or it's an y, that we call it the variable, you just retain it. Look at this one, y plus x, and students are tempted to say xy or yx. whatever the case, this is not correct. For example, let's say if I say to you A plus B, and then you say it's AB, that's wrong. Picture a scenario. Let's say A stands for apples, so if I say an apple plus B stands for banana, and then I say banana, what are you gonna call it? So if I say an apple plus a banana, are you gonna call it apple banana? Apple banana. That does not make sense. There is nothing like that. There is no apple banana. So if I say A plus B, it's still A plus B. Nothing changes. An apple plus a banana remains an apple plus a banana. Y plus X will still remain as Y plus X. Of course, you are allowed to write it as X plus Y. What you just did, you started with the alphabetical order. Are you seeing that? So those are things, as I say, common errors which might actually impact your algebra. Let's look at this one. If they say minus 2x squared to the power of 3, I just want to show you how your mind usually plays you here. Pay attention now. Your mind will take this in here and multiply it, and it will take this and multiply. So your mind will tell you that this is equal to 2 times 3. It will give you 6. So you say minus 2 times 3 is 6, and then it will say x. Let me just write exactly how most students, remember this is based from what students usually give me. So this will be 2 times 3 and then x to the power 2. Actually some they say 2 plus 3 here. That's where they got that 5. They remember when we multiply, we add for some reason, So 2 times 3 is minus 6x to the power of 5. Some can bring it like that, but some can even come here and say minus 2 times 3 x to the power 2 times 3. They multiply both. So it will be minus 6x to the power of 6. Guys, all these are wrong. All these are wrong. You need to be sensitive whenever you deal with this. So now the question is, what's the answer here? If they give you this and they say to you minus 2x squared, and then they close the bracket to the power of 3, they are saying this thing is 3 times. It's same as saying minus 2x squared first time, and then the second time minus 2x squared, and the third time is what? Minus 2x squared. That's what actually this thing means. That's why it's to the power of 3. So look at it. How many times do we have the negative 2? See that? So it's like we have got what? Minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. See that? And then times, you do the same thing here and there on the x, which is x squared times x squared times x squared. Now minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2, then you can use a calculator if it's confusing you. But what is 2 times 2? It's 4. 4 times 2, it's 8. Then you focus on the negative. The first negative multiplied by the first negative, it's gone, and then the second negative is the one that remains. Hence we have got minus 8. You see that? And then here you use the laws of exponents. X to the power 2 plus 2 plus 2, that's when you add them. 2 plus 2 plus 2, and then it will be minus 8x to the power of what? 6. See that? Now how do you do this in a quicker way? So if I say minus 2x squared to the power of 3 is equal to, now I just want to bring also something that is I think they did remind you, or just to bring your mind back. If I say to you minus 1 to the power of 2, what do you get? You get a positive 1. And then if I say minus 1 to the power of 3, try with a calculator, it's negative 1. If I say minus 1 to the power of 4, it's positive 1. Minus 1 to the power of 5, it's negative 1. So what are you picking up? When this number is even, the exponent is even, I get a positive. When the exponent is odd, I get a negative. See that? Even, positive, odd, negative. With that same concept, I can come and conclude that if I just say minus 1 and then I say to the power of 12, my answer will be positive 1. But if I say minus 1 to the power of 17, it's an odd number, it's negative 1. Do you see what is happening there? So also if I come here now on this particular question here, which is minus 2, you say 3 is odd, so my answer will be minus, and then I put a bracket, I just say 2 cubed. You see, I maintain that 3 here is gonna be odd, so don't forget that. And then I'll say x to the power of 2 times 3. Then it will be 2 cubed is negative 8, x to the power of what? Of 6. So be careful, they bring this kind of question most of the time. They usually like testing students of this concept just to check if you have made peace with it. Okay, let's move on to look at number 5. Some of the errors that are common to number 5. Look at this. You see in here you are saying minus x, and then you're multiplying 2x plus 1. So without realizing it, you can just multiply that, and then you say negative x times this, it's negative 2x squared, yes, and then you forget, and then you write plus 1, forgetting that what this particular x, negative x, will also affect the next one, so that it will be what? Minus 1 times x is negative x. So this then is the correct one. Why? You have got the negative 2x squared and the negative x. You distribute it there and then you distribute it there. So don't forget that negative x, because of the bracket, it is multiplying both sides. Alright, let us move on to the next one that is common. It's number 6. Number 6, what does it say? It says 3x squared plus 1 over 3x. Very common mistake. What do students say? They say, okay, let me actually do it like this. This is the common one. If I say x plus 6 over 6, what students do? They come and say, okay, there is a 6 here, there is a 6, so the answer is x plus 1. Sometimes they just say it's x. That's wrong. So sometimes I give them like this, x plus 6 over x, equal to, and then they cancel that, they're like, x is gone, and then they're tempted to write 6. That is suicidal, guys. It's wrong. Let me make an example. If I say, let's use just numbers here. If I say, for example, 4 plus 1 over 4, you can test it with the calculator. Let's make it actually 4 plus 2. No, let me not make 2. Let's make a common one. Let me say 4 plus 16. Yeah, 4 plus 16 over what? 4 plus 16 is equal to 20 over 4. And what is 20 over 4? Is 5. But with that method, this is what you're going to do. You're going to cancel that 4, cancel that 4. You're forced to remain with 16, and the answer will be equal to 16. Do you see how this thing becomes wrong? So what do you do when you're given 4 plus 16? So this is what you do. 4 plus 16 over 4 is equal to this 4 affect and this 4 affect. So it will be 4 over 4 plus 16 over 4. Do you see how this whole thing becomes? It's like 4 over 4 plus what? Plus 16 over 4. Then you're going to say, how many times does 4 go into 4? It's 1. How many times does 4 go into 16? It's 4. Then you've got 1 plus 4. Then you get that 5, that answer that we got. Are you with me? Similarly, that's why we are saying for you to come on this one, cancel and cancel. X goes into x squared once, and then you're saying, okay, I know the answer here is x plus 1. That is wrong. You see where everything becomes wrong. So what you need to do, and we just take off this, what you need to do is to realize that the bottom is affecting each item, and it's separated either by a plus or minus. So what it simple means here, it simple means that this will be 3x squared over 3. See, x, that's the first one, and then you say plus 1 over 3x. You see, that's how it's like. Each item is affected individually, that is on top. And then what you have now 3 will cancel the 3. Remember, x squared is same as x times x. That's why when you cancel that x, you cancel 1x, so that you're left with 1. Hence it will be x plus, then this one simple remains as 1 over 3x. Unfortunately, there is nothing you can do. That's the final answer. Now remember, guys, please remember, if I say to you x plus 6 over x, remember what you said, this is same as x over x plus 6 over x, right? But if I say to you in another form and say x is now on top over x plus 6, then don't do what we did. It does not work the other way around. Now this is not x over x plus x over 6 like this. No, that's not. If you are given it like this, then you have to simply maintain it like this. The answer here will be equal to same thing, maintain it, x over x plus 6. You can't do anything further. Are you with me? Then let's look at the last one. I hope this thing makes sense to you as I'm working on it. Alright, so let's look at number 7 here. It says x, oh, this is common, x minus 3 squared is equal to x squared minus 9. Now how do you guys sometimes struggle here? As I said, I battled before. This was a problem. Some of these were always tripping me. Every time I would try it, I'll find my mind just went through the easier route. So this is what you come across. This square, you will go and distribute it there, and you'll go and distribute it there. So you'll be like, okay, this is same as x squared, you see, and 3 squared is 9, you see. Then that's how this thing comes about. But it's wrong, guys, it's wrong. When you're given this, what it simply means is, if I say to you x minus 3 and I put a square, it means there are 2 of these, which is x minus 3 and what? And x minus 3. You see, don't allow your mind to play tricks on you. Then from here, that's when you use the FOIL method to say multiply that, multiply that, multiply that, and multiply that. So what are you gonna have? You're going to say x times x, you see, x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, negative 3 times x, negative 3x, minus 3 times minus 3 is a positive, now positive 9. Then this continues to become x squared minus 3x, you add but keep the sign, which is negative 6x here. It's negative 6x plus 9. So this becomes the answer, this one, you see. And avoid to find yourself looking at this as the what? As the solution. So guys, these are some of the common errors which, if you're not careful, you'll find that every time you are working on your mathematics, you end up going the wrong route. Always check, are you also having these misconceptions? Are you also struggling, especially when it comes to such scenarios? Give yourself more practice so that you can be able to check yourself every time you're tempted to go this route. We have come to the end of our lesson. Remember to subscribe so that we can bring you more of these lessons. Thank you.